Dear child, the angels are messaging you today. Someone has come to fully understand how terrible it is to lose you, and it hurts them in a way they didn't expect. At first, they thought they could carry on as usual, that maybe missing you wouldn't hurt as much and that time would help them forget. But as the days went by, they realized that life was different without you. The little things that used to make them joyful were empty, and the world had lost its color. They missed the light and warmth. You became a part of their lives and saw how empty their days had become without you. You greatly aided this person by being present, showing strength, and quietly improving their situation, often without their knowledge. They know now that they took you for granted because they thought you would always be there for them to help, cheer them up, and carry their loads. They had no idea that you would leave one day. They know that they let you carry the weight of life by yourself instead of sharing it with you. Now they understand that you gave everything, even when you were tired, and that their lack of support made you feel alone and worn out. When you made the decision to leave, you didn't leave in a rage or a loud fight. Instead, you simply stepped back to maintain peace. The people left behind found this quiet exit peculiar, as they anticipated your return. They never thought this would last. It's only now that they realize your calm departure was a clear choice to put yourself first. What they once considered a peaceful decision now feels like an overwhelming emptiness, as they are aware that it has no bearing on your happiness. They are filled with a deep emptiness that nothing can seem to fill. Though they do other things to forget you, everything they do or say makes them think of you. The days seem to go on forever, and the nights make you more aware of your regret and sadness. They are afraid of what will happen next, that someone else will come into their life and give them the love and care they didn't give you. This thought keeps them awake at night, making them feel scared and helpless. They want to fix things but are afraid to because they think it might be too late. They can tell that you've moved on and are now pursuing peace and happiness independently of them. They are far away, but they can see you grow. Every step toward your goals proves you're free from your past problems. Seeing you at peace makes them happy, but it also hurts because they know what they lost. Every time they think of a joyful time they had with you, they realize how little they appreciated what they had. They feel awful about what they did and think about what might have been if they had done something different. Every night as they sleep, they think about all the chances they missed to love and support you. They feel like regret is always there, like a shade, and it gets darker as they understand they can't change what they did. They now know that you were not only important to their happiness but also necessary for it. They realize how wrong it was to leave you to handle problems and responsibilities without support and understanding. This truth hurts to accept, but we can't stay away from it any longer. At this point, you have grown into a person who knows what they want, need, and deserve. Their pride in your growth scares them because they may lose contact with you. They want to say sorry to reconcile, but they know words may not be enough. They know that forgiving someone takes time and real change, and even then, there are no promises. You may not want them to return to the place you've worked so hard to protect, as you've already closed the chapter. The memories of the good times you spent together make them long for them again, while the bad memories make them think of what they could have done better. They have a lot of questions and wonder if things would have been different if they had been honest about how they felt, more present, and more understanding. However, these thoughts now belong to the past and remain unchangeable, weighing heavily on them constantly. They feel both happiness and sadness when they see you do well. They're glad you've found peace and are stronger now, but this also demonstrates that you've moved on from them. They understand that you don't need them as much as they once believed, which is a difficult reality to confront. They feel as though they can't reach out to you, as they accept the peace you've found for yourself. They are afraid that trying to get back together will ruin the happiness you have found. Even though they want to make things right, they know the kindest thing they can do is let you keep going. They know that letting go and living the life that makes you happy might be the most loving thing they can do. They know they have to respect your journey, even though it hurts a lot. They will remember the lesson they learned from this. Forever love needs effort, respect, and a partner. They now know that love doesn't come back the same way it went away. They carry the sadness and grief of what they lost every day since their mistake. They now understand how important it is to keep ties strong and help people we care about while they are still alive. They receive instructions to remain distant and observe. Though it's difficult to bear, they take satisfaction in knowing you are doing well, even if it means they no longer have a place in your life. They are making a life full of the peace and happiness you deserve. They now know that real love means putting your needs ahead of their own and respecting your choices. No matter how much they miss you, they know your happiness is everything. Their view on love has changed because of this, and they now know how important it is to love those close to us before it's too late. Some people feel awful about what they did, but they know they have to let go and respect the peace you found. Only when we lose love can we use it as a valuable lesson. They will remember this lesson even if it's too late for you and them. The person has accepted a painful truth: you're not the same person you used to be. They recall you as someone who prioritized the relationship over their own needs and frequently jeopardized your health to maintain harmony. But now that you're stronger, more sure of your values, and less willing to put up with things that used to go unchallenged, this change deeply unsettles them because they can't rely on the past. They fear that they won't be able to cope with the new version of themselves, one that won't readily accept the mistakes they've made in the past and a future that lacks certainty without you. They engross themselves in their daily tasks to cope with these intense emotions, thereby numbing their hunger and sorrow. But now the things that used to make them happy, like work, sports, or spending time with friends, don't seem right. Eventually, everything else goes away, and they can't help but think about you again and again, feeling like they've lost you. They often think about what they might have done better. They feel awful about every mistake they made, but they know that they can't change the past. This is a challenging lesson to learn. They are forced to observe you from a distance, which elicits a range of emotions in them. On one hand, they're glad to see you cheerful and calm because they know you've accomplished something. They were vital, but it's sad that they're no longer happy. Some of them truly desire for you to remain in your current state of happiness, lightness, and freedom, while another part of them yearns to participate in this new phase of your life and closely observe your personal growth. This inner struggle prevents them from reaching out. The fear of disrupting your peace paralyzes them, yet they find it unbearable to let go. They find themselves caught between clinging to the past and moving forward, causing immense pain. The thing they're most afraid of is that you've found a way forward without them. They feel awful about realizing that you're strong and tough enough to find happiness on your own or with someone who really cares about you. They now realize that they undervalued your presence and worth, taking you for granted. They now find themselves in a challenging situation. They know you have the right to keep your peace, even if it means leaving them. They struggle with the desire to apologize and the fear that their efforts may come too late. The truth is difficult for them to face, but they know they have to, no matter how painful it is. It's difficult to deal with the pain of missing you every day. They reminisce about the enjoyable times they shared, which rekindles the sadness in those memories. At times, they reflect on past events and conversations to gain a deeper understanding or even rewrite them. Despite their genuine desire to rectify the situation, they understand that new experiences and perspectives have brought about significant changes in both of you. They are slowly realizing that they can't control what will happen next and must instead accept uncertainty. The fear of an unknown future and the weight of unresolved emotions are problems they must now face on their own. On this journey, they might even find a way to forgive themselves, but it seems unlikely. They want to stay connected, so they watch over you from afar. They know you track your life because you have a small, steady hope that things will change and you can make up, not because you like iOS. They feel better when you move on, but they keep thinking about what they lost. Keep them updated on your life so they feel connected and can keep a piece of you by following your path. Despite its fragility, this connection provides them with a sense of purpose and sustains their optimism. They often wonder if you still remember the good times and think of them, but when they see you smiling and happy, they remember that you don't need them to be happy. Realizing this makes them sad and joyful at the same time, a complicated mix of feelings that leaves them feeling lost. Despite this, they hope to have an honest conversation with you without past demands. They yearn for a moment when they can express themselves freely and make their unsaid words audible. This hope is like a small, steady light that keeps them going even when things aren't clear. It's becoming evident to them that their focus should now shift towards the healing and growth of individuals. They understand that they have no right to disrupt the peace you've worked so hard to achieve. Though sad and clear, they still want to be in your life. They want to be close to you again and support you as you start a new chapter, but they know they can't. Realizing this makes them feel both acceptance and deep sadness. Their fear keeps telling them it may be too late by the time they have the courage to talk to you. They're always looking for a sign that the time is right, but every day feels like a missed chance, making it more likely that they won't get another chance at all. They know that to reach out, they need to show that they've changed for the better. After past mistakes, they know this change won't be easy. Every step toward you feels like a heavy load, and they often wonder if it would be better to let you live in peace instead of getting involved in your life again. Despite their uncertainty, their hearts whisper that they have unfinished business at night when they contemplate you in the quiet. Every laugh, every conversation, and every significant moment reverberates in their minds, as if etched into their souls. Yet, these memories hurt because they remind them of their mistakes and missed opportunities. They wonder if there's a way to bring peace or even rebirth, to mend what they've broken. However, they understand that letting go won't be simple, as you continue to occupy a unique space in their hearts that no one else can occupy. This unseen presence evokes both warmth and sadness. They struggle to embrace the fact that you've progressed in your life, while they continue to dwell in the past. They learn that no matter how hard they try, you will always have a special place in their hearts as they try to get through this emotional environment. It's a sad bond, but it reminds them of past happiness and what they hope to find, if not with you at least within themselves. At this point, they can only live each day and deal with the constant sadness and desire. They hope that one day they will be able to forgive themselves and let go in a way that honors the love they still feel for you, even if you never meet again. Knowing that you're content and satisfied makes them feel better. In doing this, they understand that wanting you to be content is the best way to show their love, even if it can only exist from afar. They hope that this deep-seated wish for your peace will be enough to keep them going as they heal, come to terms with their own problems, and find peace again. The individual is unable to let go of you, as they cling to the hope that one day you will comprehend their remorse for everything that has transpired. Their hearts know that releasing your expectations is the most respectful thing they can do. But the thought of letting go seems impossible. They see the signs of your silence or withdrawal as clear signs that you've chosen a different path, one without them. The only honest way to show they've learned from the past is to respect that choice, but accepting it seems impossible right now, even though they know they should. Keep picturing times when you two could meet again in these made-up situations. They see a chance to start over, without the mistakes that hurt your relationship in the past. These images in their minds give them a short-term break from the painful present, but as soon as they wake up, the unsure nature of these dreams hits them hard. These people know that they can't ask you to do anything, like come back or change your mind. But deep down, they still wish things would go differently. They watch from far away. I hope you can sense their continued care, even if they are unable to express it verbally. Things keep getting worse, and they know they need to find a way to move on at some point, but they're not ready to give up hope yet. They can only wait for now. They wait for a sign, a chance, or a time when they can finally tell you the things they've been meaning to say but haven't. The person who lost you feels terrible about every time they let you down, every promise they broke, every time they chose to stay away instead of helping, and every time they didn't listen when you needed them. Everything they did leaves a lasting wound. These memories make them sad because they know they should have been there with you to share the load but instead left you to carry it alone. Saying sorry doesn't seem like it will help because words can't fix what happened, but they really want to make things right and often think about what they'd say if they could talk to you again. It's clear to them now that forgiving someone doesn't mean things will go back to how they were. Forgiveness may be helpful, but it cannot erase all the scars. Those left behind understand that they need to alter their actions, not just apologize, to demonstrate their remorse. But how can they demonstrate their changes when you've already made the decision to move on? Sadness fills them up at the thought that you might never come back. But they still hold on to the hope of one last talk, not to ask for forgiveness but to finally tell you the truth from their hearts. They know you have the right to make your own decisions, and if that means going on without them, they have to accept that road, no matter how challenging it is. They experience such overwhelming guilt, especially when they are alone. The nights are especially challenging because memories come back stronger when it's quiet. They think about the fights, the times they wish they could take back, and the things they didn't say. Will you ever be able to forgive me? Echoes in their minds. They understand that forgiveness doesn't always imply reconciliation, and even when it does, it doesn't guarantee it. Sometimes, forgiving someone is more about getting peace of mind than fixing a friendship. Even though they understand, they still want a moment of closure, a chance to say sorry and end this chapter with respect and understanding for each other. For them, seeing you find peace on your own is both beautiful and sad. They see you healing, rebuilding, and growing, and they see you finding peace and happiness. They understand that you are distinct from them, and they understand that you cannot lose that. They are proud of you, but it's challenging to accept that they are no longer in your life. They have to accept the truth, no matter how painful it is. Every day, they struggle with the urge to reach out, but they know that staying quiet is the only way to respect your progress. It hurts, but they can't keep living in the past and hoping things were different.